Hey guys, PigBenis, how's everybody doing? We're back here on Calypso, rolling with a level 7 and a D class. So, yeah, why am I back here on Calypso? Well, there is a special kind of event going on, and it really kind of passed me up. I didn't take notice of it when it popped out. I think it came out on Friday or last Thursday or something. Maybe even longer. Like, I just don't know. I kind of passed it off as a hunting event, and I didn't. I really didn't even bother to look at the news. Anyway, it's like the EBN report. If you don't know what that is, the Entropia Broadcast System, pretty much declaring that the egg was stolen. It's called the Egg Heist. So, actually, thanks to Fallen Angel, who not only hit a 3.6K HOF the other day, but he kind of brought this to light for me. But there is somewhat of a mining aspect to this event, basically on Calypso, obviously, with the robot invasion going on right now. And it's a hunting, crafting, mining event. If you find something, then you could turn it in when the broker appears here and get a prize. So what is there for mining? Well, there's a modified Genesis Star extractor, or excavator, sorry, an adjusted Genesis Star excavator, and an adjusted Chikara refiner. So, they could go for some decent bucks. I know, like an adjusted Genesis Star excavator is probably worth 2 to 3K on a good day. They used to be worth a lot more, and then basically the SGA came along and bumped them down. But it's still an awesome excavator, so, or extractor, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes they call them different names, whatever. So that's why I'm here on Calypso. Am I going to stay here on Calypso? No. Especially if we keep getting NRFs like that. I do plan on going to Cyrene after this visit to Calypso, and then obviously back to Arcadia, because Arcadia basically have like 2 pages filled with ores and resources and stuff. It's kind of a hassle getting rid of that stuff right now, but it's going, and it's going at a price I want it to go, and that's important. So what else is there that's dropping? I get these items, by the way: damage splicing detector, damage feedback panel, and damage fuel pump. If you see damage, those are the mining items, and they're being found as Sotos. Something out of the ordinary here on Calypso. And I believe it's all of Calypso, not just Treasure Island, even though it is like the Egg Heist. So, oh, little glitch with my map there. What's going on? It's kind of, alright. What the frick? That's weird. That's never happened before. There we go. Back on track. We're just gonna kind of keep on dropping here. I don't really recall. I think there's just like a lot of list and oil in this area, but at the same time, list has a great markup right now for what it's worth. I mean, it's not great in general terms, but great for list. It's going at 112, 113%. There's some milky water right there. I don't think we're gonna dig up, guys. If I keep on finding list and oil, it probably take like, I don't know, 45 minutes to dig them up. We did talk the last episode about digging up claims, and I am going to do a series of mining, like a level 5 or something, or a couple level 7s, 8 in a row, just to show you guys how I really actually do a true run, and kind of like I had done them when this channel first started. And then we'll dig up the claims and everything, and we'll see what I hit here, if anything spectacular, but yeah, I don't know. Nah, fuck it. We'll take it up some other time. I'll come back. We'll still do the tally at the end of the videos. I kind of like that. Well, I think we'll just do them for every video now from here on out. We'll just tally it up and see what we really got. I always do like an approximation, or a try to, and it's pretty damn close. So let's get rid of that. So hunting for this event. There is armor pieces being dropped, RX op tac pieces. So, well, that was my chair, by the way. I'm looking at my window. And then crafting, there's a corrupt fuel pump blueprint, which if you hand, then you get 1,000 pet metal residue. And you know, metal res right now has got a decent markup. I think it's 114 up to 117%, something like that. So I'm not sure if there's multiple rewards. The article doesn't say anything about that. What's interesting in the article, it says under hunting, Warden feedback panel RX Optac ×1 foot guards, male or female. So I'm assuming that there could be multiple finds of the other items. I'm sure with crafting there, I mean, there's got to be more than one, right? Maybe not, but and I'm also assuming that there would only be one modified Genesis Star Excavator, because I just can't see them releasing too many of them into the general population. The refiner is no big deal, you know, but and the adjusted Genesis Star is no big deal. But when you go into modified and improved, you're talking, you know, you're talking $1,000. So. Oh, also congrats to Anton, who hit almost a 2200 narc in hell the other day. He watches these videos quite frequently. So congrats. We started off real bad, and now it's kind of slightly better. Not too much better. We're just going to kind of go along this line here and see what we can pick up. I mean, obviously I don't want to get oil and list the whole entire time, but we'll see. So I think I'll just be here a day, maybe a day or two. Maybe I'll go to Siren and then back to Cali. I don't know. You know, it depends how this stuff sells on auction. I like to kind of stick around on the planet that I have the most auctions on, and right now it's definitely Arcadia. You know, just getting back to talking about Arcadia. The economy is not too terrible over there. A lot of the ores have really gone up in price. I mean, they completely shot up in price, which I was kind of expecting after the last VU. It took a while for them to do that, but I also understand that the Arcadia doesn't have the crafters as it once did, you know, several months ago. So that could be definitely an issue. You know, a lot of people are kind of back here on Cali trying to get those Sotos and those robot parts and everything. There we go. Finally, a little double there. Garson Grease. See, it's going to be low markup stuff. I kind of figured it would. I just really hoping it wasn't. That's kind of the problem I've been having with Calypso. And it's not too terrible if you really go get your markup for this stuff, but it takes a long time. I think one of the things that kind of hold me back in game is the number of auctions that I have. And, you know, you gotta have 2 auctions per planet, but, you know, do you really want to waste your game time traveling back and forth to planets? Probably not. It's quite a hassle. I will say I have not seen a lot of pirates out in space lately. Probably the last few weeks. It's not uncommon for me to get shot down, especially going into space. And in fact, I think for many of you, ooh, little Dianthus there. Finally, a little something good. I mean, it's a little claim. We're just gonna rip that up right now. But yeah, the pirate activity, I just haven't seen them. I've been to Arcadia, and a lot of them like to hang around that Arcadia station. So Dianthus is going for about 164. I was actually just looking at it on auction prior to this video, because I was hoping to snag a little bit more. The funny thing is you know, I've done a couple runs now, and I have not hit any energized. And before I left for Arcadia, I was hitting a good amount of energized. So I wonder what the markup is of that now that it's really not spawning that frequently. I'm assuming it's going to be around the same as Dianthus. It usually goes anywhere from, like, I don't know, 150 to 170. You know, whereas Dianthus is pretty much the same. It goes for like 140 to 170%. So that's good stuff. That's what you want to hit. See, but, you know, you compare this to mining on Ark. In Ark, you have no problem mining ores that are frequently 120 to 130%. The only difference is that on Arc it does take a little bit longer to sell. So, you know, patience has always been the name of the game on Arc. So, and you really don't want to undercut too badly. Not only do you shortchange yourself, but you're driving the market down on other miners on that planet. And it can give you a bad name if you repeatedly do that. You know, I mean, obviously there's some instances where you would want to do that. There's some instances where I've done it many times, but you know, not to the point where it really ticks someone off. But you don't really want to shortchange yourself, because a lot of times, even if you have like a, I don't know, say a 15 to 20 ped stack, which is a fairly low stack, and then you undercut the lowest auction stack, you could be losing, you know, 2 to 3 ped depending on what it is, you know, or more or less, whatever. But if you're undercutting stacks that are 100 ped bigger, 120 ped compared to your 15 to 20 ped stack, I don't know, you could be losing out on a lot of ped. And why compete with stacks like that when it's not necessarily the same buyers? You know, you should market your ores to different players. You know, a 15 to 20 ped stack is not going to be marketable. Oh, actually, no. Let me do that backwards, because it could be marketable to lower and higher, you know, level crafters, but at the same time, it's not necessarily reverse either. So 100 to 100, you know, 100 plus ped stack may not be marketable to a lesser player. Obviously, it costs a lot more money. So if you want to market your 15 to 20 ped stack, then you should put it in that range where other players are putting their ores and end matters. Which is, you know, sometimes it could be the middle of the page, or sometimes it could be the second page. But it really doesn't matter, because, you know, a middle of the page is very viewable. Very viewable. In fact, a lot of times your eyes go right to the center of the page. You know, I know, looking at websites, your eyes are immediately drawn to the top left hand of the page, because, you know, a lot of places, well, most places, that's where you read a book. So that's kind of how our eyes are trained to read web pages and different things. So, and then obviously you work your way down the page. So the middle of the page is not so bad. The bottom of the page is a little less viewable. So ideally, you want kind of the middle of the page, especially if you have a middle stack. Anyway, I've rambled on way too much about stack sizes in auction, and I think I've talked about it before a couple times. So, I'm looking forward to Planet Cyrene. I know there's going to be some stuff that I just not seen, I guess. It's been a long time since I've been there, so we'll see. Anyway, guys, I think we got one more drop, and then we're going to take a look at what we really got. So let's see what we get here. And alright, we're gonna cut right after this bomb. Nice. Alright, so here we are. Let's see what we got. Let's tally this bad boy up here. Just want to see the Dianthus 25 ped worth. So, okay, 212. It's not shabby actually. And Dianthus is 25. That's an extra 12 ped. So we're talking a profit of very little, 3 to 4 ped, but it's definitely a little bit of profit, you know. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. We'll see you on Planet Cyrene.